Good afternoon, it is Friday the 30th of May, it's just coming up to 5:30 and I'm just going to go out for a couple of hours and do some Ubering. I haven't done any throughout the week. I think the last time I was on Uber was last Sunday. Basically I've just been busy with my own private work. That's just been basically kept me ticking over. I just haven't had it in me to come out and do any Ubering. So yeah, I thought I'll come out, do some tonight. I know it is kind of late, it's 5:30, should have come out a little bit earlier. But yeah, week on week it dies at about 8 o'clock, so I'm pretty much prepped to be coming home for between 8 and 9 o'clock. But we'll see what happens. If it's busy, I'll stay out if something's changed, but I just don't know if it's just the trade in general or if Uber doesn't like me and it gets to 8 o'clock on a Friday and they basically turn my app off. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll log on and we'll see what happens. So, little update, it's 7:30, it's been 2 hours. So yeah, as soon as I came online, I accepted a job, bit of a run. It was Skelmersdale to Skelmersdale. So it was paying £10.35, it was a surge job apparently. 6-minute job going 2.1 miles, but I probably ran, I think it was about 15 minutes to it. So the way, or the logic I was looking at it, which was, if it's about 15 minutes to get there and then about 5 minutes to complete it, I've made like just over £10 in 20 minutes. So then if I got another 2 of them jobs over the course of the next hour, then obviously you'd be on about £30 an hour. That's kind of how I've looked at Uber for quite a while now, because the miles are just, you're wasting your time if you're still going off miles with Uber. So I done that, and that was, like I said, drove all the way there, picked them up from Asda, and basically just dropped them off 2 miles round the corner. After that, I was kind of outskirts of Skelmersdale, outskirts of Ormskirk. I thought I'll start driving towards like Southport, which is like the norm really. So I was driving through Ormskirk, see if I could pick anything up, and then a job come up which was kind of the outskirts of Southport going into Southport town centre. So again, it was probably like a good 15-minute drive to get there. It was £12.23. It was a 7-minute job going 2.3 miles. But again, I done that thinking, well, it's going to take me about 20-25 minutes to do it. So that, in conjunction with the other job, you know, it was starting to top up. So after I dropped them off, and then the hour still hadn't gone, I then had a UberX Priority, £7.11. I was in Southport at this point. It was an 8-minute job going 2.4 miles. So, and then that was the hour then. So in that first hour, even though I've done a lot of miles, it was kind of what, 10, 22, 27, 28, 29. It's basically £30 in the first hour. And then I had a little small UberX Priority, £4.70. That was just round the corner once I dropped off that other Priority. 3-minute job going 1.4 miles. I was then offered a job which was like, I think it was like 10 minutes away, going 10 or 15 minutes, but it was like 16 or 17 pound. So again, I accepted it based on the time principle, but then the customer cancelled obviously because they didn't want to wait 10 minutes for an Uber. Then I had a little small UberX, £4.76. That was a 6-minute job going 1.8 miles. Another UberX, £4.51. That was 8 minutes going 2.5 miles. Then had an XL, £5.51. 2-minute job going 0.5 of a mile. And I've just done another XL, £6.59. That was a 4-minute job going 1.3 miles. So currently on 55.76 and I've done 2 hours. So it's just shy of £28 an hour. So yeah, not too bad. It's kind of one of them where normally, like when I would have started, then it would have been a job all the way over in Skelmersdale. This is going back to like last year. You wouldn't run for that. But obviously the dynamic of Uber has just completely flipped the opposite now. It's kind of like, you don't look at miles anymore. It is just purely, how quickly can I get that job done? That's how I look at it, and that's why I'm on like £28 an hour. But other than that, that's about it. It's been pretty uneventful. That customer that I came all the way to Southport for, they done the usual. They got in, oh hi, how are you doing? Oh, isn't this car lovely? And I can't believe you use this for Uber. No, doesn't it smell lovely? And then she went, have you just come all the way from Ormskirk to pick us up? I just started laughing. I was like, oh, don't get me started on Uber, the way it works. And then I was like, well, to be honest, I normally kind of work in Southport, and I was heading here, so I thought I'll land on a job when I arrive. And she was like, all right. But it just goes to show that even the customers are basically turning around to the drivers, and they can't believe that Uber's making you drive so far away. Because at the end of the day, if I've driven like 15 minutes from one town to another, there's obviously Ubers already here. So what's the motive behind Uber offering me that job with me being so far away? I don't know. Like I said, if that would have been 15 minutes in towards, you know, like Liverpool or something, I wouldn't have done it because I don't work around Liverpool. So yeah, I'm not sure. What else did I say? I was saying me first, it was like a Mercedes V-Class. It must have been, I think it was like 2 years old, something like that. Driving onto Lord Street with big white Uber stickers on the side of it. It was almost like a brand spanker. And I was just thinking, wow, like, you know, you must be 50-60 grand into that, and you're driving around with your white Uber magnets on. It was Sefton plated as well. So yeah, I don't know what that's all about, to be honest. I'd love to like sit down and chat to one of them. You know, if I see one parked up, you know, I'd go over and have a chat and say like, how are you even making that work? But yeah, other than that, that's about it. Just thought I'd pull in, do a quick little update. Seems to be ticking over. I'll go back online now. Yeah, like I said, it's probably about, well, it's coming up to 20 to 8 now. And yeah, week in, week out for probably 2 months now. Between 8 and 9 o'clock, it seems to be Uber turns my app off, and they don't want to send me any jobs. I think it was the other Friday, it got to about 8, and I actually waited for like about 50 minutes, thinking a job's going to come up, something's going to come up, you know, give it some time. And then like a job come up for like £3.50 or something. I was like, right, I'm going home. So to be honest, I want to go home because I'm waiting to watch Gladiator 2. That's on Paramount. 4, 8, 12, 16. See, I'm not going to do that. So this little Uber X job, it's 5 minutes away. It's going 10 minutes and it's multiple drops. So you're looking at about at least 20 minutes for that job, and it was offering me £4.44. So, you know, if you do that, and then you get another 2 of them identical after that, which is your hour, you're on what? Well, you're on £13 an hour. You know, so you have to cherry pick to a degree. Oh, I logged off before, and for the first time in a long while, it said jobs offered 9, jobs accepted 8. So yeah, normally it's like, you know, we've offered you like 50 jobs and you've taken 8 or something. If I work anywhere around Liverpool, I get logged off like 4 or 5 times in a row because I just ignore that many jobs because they're so crap. So yeah, what was I saying? I wanted to go dead because I want to go home and watch Gladiator 2. The missus doesn't want to watch it. She hasn't even seen Gladiator 1. I don't know how you live your life if you haven't seen Gladiator. So yeah, I'm happy to go home, get a takeaway and stick Gladiator 2 on, to be honest. So I'll see what happens. £5.21. See, I'll take that because that's apparently going to take me about 10 minutes. So again, not too bad because, you know, if that's £5 for every 10 minutes, again, you're still going to be on probably around that £30 mark. So yeah, I'll set off, I'll go and do that, and I will give you another update in a bit, let you know if I've decided to stay out, if things are still ticking over, or if I've got bored and I've decided to go home. So I'll catch you in a bit. So it's 8:30, been another hour. I've done that little job, that £5.22, ended up being 7 minutes 20 seconds. Granted, it took me about 2 minutes to get over there, so it was less than 10 minutes, which is what I was betting on. That was £5.22 for 2.5 miles. Straight after that I got an XL, a £12.28. It was a 9-minute job going 4.5 miles. It was basically going from like the front, it's like the Brewers Fair with like the Cine World and all that is, I mean the view, straight down the coast road to like the north kind of side of Southport, Cross Ends I think it is. Dropped them off there. It was a group of 5, and then as soon as I dropped them off I then got a job just round the corner, another XL, £9.64. that was a 9-minute job going 2.8 miles, and that came back to the Premier Inn, which was next door to the Brewers Fair that I picked the other group up from. So basically I just done a big circle. So I've only done them 3 jobs in the past hour, which came to, logged off and I took a screenshot. So I was offered 5 jobs, I've done 3 of them, and it came to £27.14. So yeah, 3 hours, I'm on 82.90. So now I think the hourly rating before was around 28, was it? Just below 28. I think it's come down a couple of pence, so it's like £27.63 now. So yeah, still not too bad to be honest. Still kind of ticking over, like I said, still nearly £30 an hour, which I'm gutted really, because I want to get some food and go home. But yeah, if I'm getting like nearly £30 an hour, it's worth staying out. So I give it another hour and let you know what's happening. So it's coming up to 9:30 and I've just got home, thank God. It was there before, done the last little update. It was, I went back online at 20 to 9 because I was chatting for about 10 minutes. So I came back online and I sat there for about 20 minutes. I was working. I had about 4 messages, customers wanting different quotations. So I spent like 15-20 minutes sending messages back to them, you know, asking them to, you know, please use the website instead of sending me 1,000,001 details and you trying to get a quote. And then I set off, went for like a little 10-minute drive, nothing come through, and I logged off. So basically I was online for like that last half an hour and nothing. In fact, the only thing that came through was the previous customer gave me a £2 tip, so technically I did make £2. But yeah, I mean, I was fully expecting it. That's why I was just sitting there sending emails, like I said, for the past couple of months now. Fridays just die come 8-9 o'clock, so I was surprised. What time was that last job? Dropped them off around 8:30, so slap bang in between that 8 and 9 o'clock when it just completely dies. Nothing, like I said, in that half an hour, not a single job come through, anything, not a little £3.50. So that was it. I've got better things to be doing, like watching Gladiator 2. So yeah, pretty much it stands as it was before, including the £2 tip. It's gone up to £84.90. Over them 3 hours is £28.30. Granted, I did waste like 20-30 minutes at the end, but I can't be bothered working that out. I didn't move, you know, so it's not like I ran any miles up on the car or used any fuel or anything like that. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. Like I said, I should have come out a little bit earlier. I reckon I would have got another couple of hours. I don't think it would have quite have been the £30 mark, but I probably would have got like £20-25 an hour in the run up to that, but I was too busy. But yeah, I'm going to be out tomorrow. I've got a private job at 12:10, so to be honest, I think I will do that and then I will start Uber, because otherwise I'd have to come out at like 8-9 o'clock to do like 2 hours of Uber. I have to leave this area at around 20 to 11, something like that. So I'm up at Manchester Airport for about 20 to 12. I then jump on the charger there. I don't need the charger necessarily, but I can park there for free, you see. So I jump on the charger there and then I'll wait for the customer to land at 12:10, pick them up, and then I'm taking them back to Southport, which is handy. So I should be back in Southport for around 1ish, maybe just after, and then I'll be staying out and doing a long Uber shift then. So yeah, that's all it is. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on tomorrow's video.